So I entered the raffle for Airflight 89s, the Stussy collab. So they come in the original sort of Stussy box. I've never seen an Airflight 89 low before. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I got the white and pecan colorway. The fossil probably refers to the highlights of sort of more sail yellow color, and the trainer itself, it's an 89, so it has like the midsole and the actual sole, outsole of the Jordan 4, and for that reason, it's probably not going to be the most comfortable of sneakers. Very similar to a Jordan 4, because it doesn't also have the netting on here, the cage for your midfoot. It doesn't have sort of the ventilation either, so the ventilation is mainly going to be from this area here and maybe slightly from here, but I don't think that's going to make too much of a difference. But I like the colorway. I do really like the colorway. I'm not a huge fan of the Airflight 89. I'd rather have a pair of Jordan 4s, especially for the price as well. They're £145. Obviously, the Nike Air on the back, I do love that. I do like the way sort of the Stussy put their own spin on it. They're taking it as a low cut, which I like personally, rather than it being sort of big. The mid cut just looks really big and bulky. And I also actually like I'm not a fan of snakeskin really, but I also like the sort of snakeskin vibes on here with the little Stussy logo just basically put onto the lace hole, which was a cool touch. And then it always has sort of Air Stussy as well embroidered on the tongue. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's not a keeper, but I do respect it, kind of thing. It's very much a 80s sneaker as well, so that's more my bag. But for this particular one, I put it on foot and not really feeling it really. So, but yeah, I mean, it's probably good for some people. Some people probably really like these, but just don't like the way it kind of looks on foot. I just think the Nike swoosh, and then it just feels like a longer sneaker, longer silhouette. So it just feels weird. So you kind of legs here, and then basically this sort of sticks out a lot longer than a Jordan 4. So yeah, but it's pretty cool. So here are the details for the Nike Stussy Airflight Low 89s. They come in a white pecan fossil colorway with the snakeskin on the medial side of the trainer, which kind of overlaps onto the lace near the forefoot. And it comes with similar to a Jordan 4, an EVA sole with a airbag in the heel and in the forefoot. It's an all leather upper, and the leather seems to be of good quality, and the price is £145. In terms of comfort and sizing, I would say these are pretty much the same as a Jordan 4, so they would be sort of medium firm and very supportive in terms around the arch. But I feel again with the sort of pinky toe area, that's where you're going to sort of feel the most sort of pinches and issues if you have like a wide foot, and your heel slits slightly elevated, kind of like most sort of old school basketball sneakers. The wearing time is around sort of 5 to 8 hours. I think Jordan 4s, for example, take a lot more time to sort of run in, and basically be a bit more easier to wear, and these are similar. I would recommend going half a size up for wide footers, but you can go sort of true to size. A true to size is probably better suited if you just have a normal foot. I have a wide foot, and depending on the trainer, I sometimes go up even maybe a full size, but it just depends on the material. But for this one, from the time that I wore them, I didn't have any kind of discomfort. Because of the fact that it's an old school sort of retro and has quite a thick outsole, the traction is really good for all types of weather, so I didn't have any other issues when walking around in these really. In terms of the look and style, so it's an uncommon silhouette, so I'd give it that. It's different to what you normally see. You don't see that many people wearing these, and if you just want to look different and not be wearing sort of Jordans all the time, and you're kind of
bought into the whole Nike Air Flight history, then these ones are nice ones to have, and also because they're a low cut as well, which is normally you don't see that with an Air Flight 89. The brown and white colour palette, that's kind of pretty much goes with everything, so it's quite a sort of flexible one. There was a red colourway as well, and the black ones, so this out of the three I think is probably the most wearable, easily wearable. Again, because of the colour palette and being a bigger, sort of heavier sneaker, I would sort of suggest wearing them sort of autumn winter time, and you can wear them pretty much any time you want, but because they have more thicker materials and just the leather in general, they go well for the autumn winter season, and they're just basically good for sort of casual wear really. These I think would go well with any kind of cargo pants, joggers, that kind of thing really, so probably good to sort of wear down. I'm sure you could probably dress them up sort of smart casual, but I'd probably go with these are more casual, kind of how the Stussy brand is. They usually have more kind of sort of streetwear type clothing, and again, because there's so many different sort of colour palettes to play with on this, so you can probably go with any kind of sort of laces within reason. So in this case you could do sail, the brown as well, and white, and even potentially sort of more of a black colour to go with like the Stussy logo, so that could be an option as well. In terms of pros, it's a Stussy collab. I think with these they don't release that many of their sneakers, so you're always going to be kind of in a sort of more sort of exclusive club. The colours I think are really, really nice, especially kind of this sort of pecan brown colour. I like it personally. I can never get enough of that. It's just a more sort of neutral colour, and it's a low cut. I'm a fan of low cuts in general, so for me, for that reason, it's a cool sneaker. In terms of cons, I think the comfort, because it's similar to a Jordan 4, a lot of people aren't going to find it that comfortable. I can't wear them for a very long time, so for that reason it's a con for me. And I think the cost, because of the fact that they're priced at £145, which not at the level of a Jordan 4, and but they still, in general, I think a price probably too high because it's not a very well known sneaker as well. And just another con I saw, you can probably see in the photos and the video itself, but there's some rough paintwork around the sort of midsole area, which I don't like, especially on a sort of collab, more sort of up, higher tier collab. I find that a bit, mystifying really. It's not on. In terms of the ratings, I'd give the look and style a 3 out of 5. I think it's a cool sneaker, but it's not a must-have in my opinion, and it's probably would be sort of really low down my list in terms of sort of wearing. I'd rather wear a pair of Jordan 4s, to be honest. In comfort, I'd give it a 3. Again, it's just standard stuff. It's not anything special. If you worn a Jordan 4, you'll know what I mean. In terms of quality, it's a 4 out of 5. I don't think the materials are really nice. It's just the paintwork around the midsole area. I think other than that, the materials are good. I like the snakeskin on there as well. So that stuff's done well, but it's just the paintwork. Pricing, I'd give it a 3. I think it could be lower, come in a bit lower in terms of price. I think that's not a good thing, paying sort of £145 for a low. Bearing in mind it is a collab and that kind of thing as well, so I'd imagine if they were just releasing a standard version of this Air Flight low, then it might be lower in price, but I'm not sure, don't know until they come out, I guess. And overall I'll give it a 3. I think for the reasons I explained, I think it's a good sneaker, but not an excellent sneaker, and not a must have for your collection.